Power once said, "One is not born, but rather becomes a woman." This conference is a space where such questions of identity, quality, equality, and empowerment finds resonance across disciplines. Let's start the day's journey with Tamil Thai Varthar. I now call upon the girls to start Tamil Thai Varthar. Welcome, sir.
Tamil Thai Varthar.
A warm greeting always sets the tone for the day. May I invite Dr. Sukanya Ramachandran, Associate Professor and Head, Department of English, UMGC, to deliver the welcome address. Good morning, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure and a profound sense of privilege to welcome you all to this two-day international conference, Gender in the World, Interdisciplinary Approaches to Gender Studies. I happily welcome our esteemed principal, Dr. Rama, who has always supported our academic efforts. We are incredibly proud to have our eminent scholar of international Dr. S. Armstrong, Member Vice Chancellor, Convener Committee, Professor and Head, Department of English, University of Madras. It is fortunate that we have sought here to address this inauguration. I thank Sir for accepting our invitation as part of this busy schedule. I welcome you, sir. This conference would not have been possible if we have not collaborated with real Indian English writers, editors, and critics together. We thank you for making possible this academic pursuit. I welcome Professor Dr. Jaideep Sarangi, Principal, New Aligarh College, Kolkata, President GIEWEC, Dr. K.V. Dominic, Secretary GIEWEC, Professor Dr. Joji John Paniko, Professor and Head, Research Department of English, CMS College, Kottayam, Kerala, Joint Secretary GIEWEC, and I welcome our special guest from Syria, a research scholar in SRM University, Ms. Raya Ali. I welcome you all, and I welcome national and international delegates, Dr. Kalpana Iyengar from University of Texas, USA, Dr. Sogan Advarian, educationist and publisher from Iran, Dr. Subalakshmi Kumar, scientist from Inventors Inc., USA, Law and Justice, Tamil Nadu, Dr. Amrita University, Professor Elisabetta Marino from University of Rome. I welcome all welcome Dr. Eric Miller, University of Pennsylvania, Founder Director, World Storytelling Institute. I thank Sir for being with us today. The conference is invoked and built on the idea that the world system is manifestly gendered and that it requires a scholarly attention. Its interdisciplinary nature has brought together researchers and scholars from across the world to deliberate on various areas of gender studies. The speculations on gender studies these 2 days will definitely lead us to responsibility in attempting to create gender equality, a shared reality for all. I once again welcome each and every one of you for this enjoyable academic endeavor. We now have the lighting of the QUAID-E-MILLATH. I request the guests to join us in lighting the QUAID-E-MILLATH, please.
May now
request our beloved principal to head on Dr. Ram with a bouquet, with a short and a bouquet. I'm singularly fortunate to introduce Professor Dr. S. Armstrong, a distinguished academician and one of the most respected voices in English studies today. Dr. Armstrong is currently the member of the Vice Chancellor Convener Committee at the University of Madras, where he also serves as a professor and head of the Department of English and leads the Center for Endangered Languages. His academic leadership extends further as chairman of Board of Studies in English and as a key member of the Board of Research Studies and Academic Council and several significant committees at both university and national levels. With a remarkable career of 29 years in teaching and research, Dr. Armstrong has supervised 26 PhDs and 79 Empress Scholars, nurturing generation of researchers. Internationally recognized, he has presented his work at leading institutions in UK, USA, Canada, and Australia, and many other countries. His global reputation is reflected in the Fulbright Nehru Visiting Professorship he held at the University of California, Davis, and as well as the Shastri Indo-Canadian Fellowship at the University of Canada. A prolific scholar, Dr. Armstrong has authored one book, edited 4 volumes, and published 35 research papers. His recent co-edited work, Burma as an Activist, published in 2025, marks a significant contribution to the study of contemporary Tamil literature and Dalit writing. Beyond academics,
Dr. Armstrong has played a key role in the governance of University of Madras, including serving as syndicate subcommittees, spearheading corporate social responsibilities, projects, and raised over 1 crore rupees, and being elected as a university syndicate member with the highest votes from the Senate in 2024. I request this gathering to join me in welcoming Professor Dr. S. Armstrong, a visionary, mentor, and a leader whose work continues to develop economic leaders.
It is not because I used to see minister and other important issues at 10 a.m. in our campus. So I'm sorry. But I can't miss this conference because, it is very important guest or guest. My friend, Professor J.D. Sarangi, used to address his guest. He is my good friend, and we have Eric Miller, Dr. Eric Miller from University of Pennsylvania, founder of WORLD Institute in Chennai. He is very much associated with the University of Madras. And Dr. Principal, Head of the Department, Dr. Sudhanya and organizer, invited speakers, and Dr. Srimati from Anandapati, Dr. Ranjit from Law University, online speakers who are going to give a lot of inputs for our students. So I think it is a great pleasure because organizing a conference of this nature is not an issue. Dear students, apart from classroom learning and also learning from our friends, you have to meet scholars. Extremely relevant for the contemporary time because without gender equality, the world will not be in order. I remember Chinese proverb, women hold up off the sky, yet up the sky, not the earth. Only we associate ocean with mother, correct? And the moon with grandmother and everything. But the feminine principle in the world is very important because all equities will take place only if we empower women in this world. In that context, I would like to bring a lot of academic inputs in this conference because after 1980s, when gender studies came, we started talking about not only gender equity among men and women, there is a necessity for all of us to bring the LGBTQ identities inside. So that intersectionality with caste, race, religion and disability is very, very important. So disability justice, social justice, gender justice, water justice, digital justice, all these things are important and will be achieved only if we achieve gender justice. In that context, what excites me most about this conference is the interdisciplinary spirit of the conference. We can listen to scholars of sociology, history, science and technology, and also economics. So we need to achieve, justice in all fields. University of Madras takes pride in colleges like QUAID-E-MILLATH because the persons whose name is echoing here is very important because he stood for social justice. He fostered inclusive education and he fostered spaces for dialogue. In that context, I am delighted that this conference will bring together very eminent keynote speakers and resource persons and young scholars. And we have a research scholar from SRM also. I am very sure she will break a lot of boundaries and will meaningfully contribute to the conference. University of Madras urge all the participants to engage with open minds, to challenge stereotypes, to rethink inherited assumptions, and envision a world where diversity is celebrated and equity is achieved. It is with great honor that I now declare this international conference open. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Your insights illuminate how literature and scholarship can become a lens to rethink gender and society. We'll now have the unraveling of the souvenir. I call upon Dr. Mallika to come over and hand over the souvenir to the principal and the chief guest. The first copy is received by Dr. Mallika, a former colleague. I request our beloved principal to give a memento as a token of our love and affection to Dr. Armstrong. I also request the faculty members of the Department of English to come over to the stage for a picture. Hurry up, please. Hurry up, please. All of you, please come over. I request Dr. Mallika also to join. Dhanlakshmi, Sumati.
HOD. Next, it's my privilege to invite Professor Dr. Jaideep Sarangi, President of GIEWEC and Principal of New Alipur College, Kolkata, to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning to the august gathering. It's my privilege to introduce our illustrious guest, Dr. Jaideep Sarangi, an academician, a bilingual poet, a writer and translator. Affectionately called Bard on the Banks of Dulong, he has 11 poetry collections to his credit. The Half Confession, From Dulong to Bias, Flow of the Soul, the list goes on. He has delivered several lectures and talks at several conferences at several universities. Widely ontologized and reviewed as a significant contemporary guest, Dr. Sarangi is on the editorial board of Journals of Repute devoted to marginal studies and poetry collection. With Rob Harley, he has edited 6 anthologies from Australia and India. With Amelia Walker, he has guest edited a special issue for Text Australia. He is also the principal of New Alipur College, Kolkata, an able administrator. He has served in several administrative bodies in several roles as president, state government nominee, IQS member of several colleges in Calcutta. A recipient of several awards, he has been honored with iconic principal award, Setu Award of Excellence, and Raja Ram Mohan Roy Award. The list goes on. His recent work, Minding the Map, Minding the Mind, Minding the Map, has received Sahitya Academy Award year 2023. Thank you very much, sir. I would like to request Dr. Sarangi to deliver the presidential address.
Good afternoon to all. Honorable Principal in Rama, thank you for collaborating with GIEWEC and giving the space for us. Thank you so much. Dr. Bala Agarwal and the team, Department of English, and all powerful people behind this conference, we are grateful to all of you. The Department of English and the head of the department, we have great regards for you for holding up the flag of collaboration, because this is the age of collaboration, and thanks for collaborating with GIEWEC. Professor S. Armstrong for his inaugural address, member, Vice Chancellor, Convener Committee, and a very prolific Professor of English, the University of Madras, for gracing the occasion. Professor Eric Miller, thank you so much, sir, taking and embracing the art of living as an Indian. And you are taking the storytelling to the classroom and beyond, which is, I think, a map maker in today's India. Professor Joji Kanpanikar from CMS College, Kottayam, and a portfolio holder of GIEWEC, scholar from Syria, and what not. Wonderful, wonderful audience, scholars, professors, teachers, and the students serving in different parts of India and abroad. The term, of course, gendering the world, actually echoes a very seminal work by Uma Chakrabarti, Gendering Caste. I think those who have worked, and already the tune is set by Professor Armstrong by referring to the daughter of your soil, none other than Bama. I'm very grateful that the book that he was mentioning, I have 2 mammoth articles in that on Bama, published by Taylor and Francis. Has a society ever worked without gender? I think the answer will be, in some societies, we have more than 2 genders, than male and female. In Bugui Swali's We have 5 genders in Latin America and Latin American tribes, and we have one American professor here. I think he will be speaking on that. But they have more than 2 genders. Some Mexican tribes, we have more than 2 genders. And Machu in Chile, 4 gender types. The Hijras of India is an instance of how we can put, if you put in the binaries of gender, we will be making things a signal wrong. Maori culture in New Zealand, we have 3 genders. But when we think of black women, and there's a famous work by Black Women Ungendered. So that is a very seminal work when we talk of, and we give a color or give a kind of tag to black women. And the Megan Stallion in summer 2022-20, there is a departure from the normative structure of gender, that binary gender we think of. And in the context of India, with gender taking a gender as one point of arrival into the discourse, we have refugee with a double-headed engine to the addition to gender. We have Dalit with gender as Bama. We have Dalit religious community like Bama, Christian and gender. So many intersections. In the term of sociology, intersection is the thing in India. We cannot think of anyone living in India, born and brought up in India, serving elsewhere, reigning elsewhere, without thinking of intersections. I think if one word I am to take up and describe about Indians is intersections. I know this presidential address is expression of regards, gratitude to this college, to the fraternity of Madras, rich heritage and culture of the city of Madras and Tamil Nadu that we look up for inspirations for generations. I'm really grateful that the overwhelming support you received from different scholars from the entire globe, not only within the domain of Tamil Nadu, but also the entire India and also the entire world. And this particular seminar conference, I'm sure, is going to make a map-making process in building up a new India with the database. Database stemming from different disciplines of knowledge, as Professor Armstrong already said, because today's NEP 2022 India, that I repeat, it is a cross-discipline studies. It champions the cross-discipline studies and also across-discipline studies. So I think this seminar for today and tomorrow will bring out perspectives from different angles to look at the gendered and ungendered world. I will conclude by reciting a poem by a very cyclonic Dalit feminist or womanist. I prefer the term womanist than feminist in the context of Dalits, because feminism still a little bit of into the middle class, upper middle class and higher class, and it did not penetrate into lower stratum of life. So womanism, dear students, scholars, I think the only term to reflect upon the marginal minority communities in India and of course in colored communities in Africa and some parts of America and of course in Australia. I'll read a short translation of Kullani Thakur Chadal, who is a cyclonic Dalit womanist, poetess from Bengal. This is from Chandalini's poems by Chandalini. You know Chandalini, yeah. So, poem number 30, without a title. My grandfather was prohibited from stepping into the toll premises. Toll is a place of learning. My father became literate using palm leaf and ink of charcoal after a long struggle. My mother visited Durgabari with cow dung on her left hand to paste on the place where she would stand. Oh God, cow dung is holier than the touch of a Dalit. My gentle colleagues enjoy using abusive terms like chamar, charal, dome daily. They have forgotten that these terms are names of different castes and communities of India. With all these, I will have to remember there is no Dalit in Bengal. Dalits are everywhere in the world. There is an imposition on the fact. And Kalyani Thakur is really a cyclonic poetess from West Bengal. Now translations are available. I think this is a cultural translation as well. I thank each and everyone present here on behalf of Guild of Indian English Writers and Editors and Critics. I welcome you on board. The rest is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking words that reminds us why we are gathered here today. I now request our beloved HOD to honor Dr. Jayadeep Sarangi, sir, with a bouquet as a token of our love and affection. I request our HOD to honor our beloved principal with a token of love.
I request Dr. Vijayashree to kindly give the memento as a token of her affection to our special guest, Miss Ria Ali.
We are fortunate to have with us today Dr. Eric Miller, University of Pennsylvania, and founder and director of the World Storytelling Institute for the keynote address. I request Dr. Omar to introduce him to the gathering.
It's my honor to introduce Dr. Eric Miller. He has earned a PhD in folklore from University of Pennsylvania and master's degree in psychology from University of Madras. He is helping to develop the field of storytelling therapy. He has taught in several high schools and colleges in his hometown of New York and also in Tamil Nadu, where he has been settled for past 20 years. He is the founder and director of World Storytelling Institute and the Chennai Storytelling Festival, which is going to hold its 14th annual edition in next February 2026. Welcome, sir. Please do the honor.
Yes, thank you. Well, one question we have is, are gender roles completely constructed by our culture and society, or are there also some genetic and biological basis for gender-related thought and behavior? In other words, we are taught the way boys should behave, the way girls should behave. Is it all learned, or is there some biological basis in addition to that? Does our experience of having a male body or a female body influence our thinking? If yes, how? Well, I came of age in the early 70s, 1970s, and at that time feminism was blooming in the USA. I'm from New York. And also, the revival of storytelling was happening. And I studied with a lady named Laura Sims, who is still working in New York, and still, 50 years later, she's still my teacher. She, like many leaders of the storytelling movement, which was almost all women, they wanted to tell stories about ancient goddesses, not in a religious way, but as symbols of empowerment. So my teacher, Laura, told the story of Demeter and Persephone. Demeter was a Greek mother goddess of the earth, and she suffered when her daughter was taken away underground. And it said half the year when the mother is looking for her daughter, during that half of the year, nothing grows. That is the winter. So I was influenced by all this. I read a book called When God Was a Woman, all about theoretically, the patriarchal takeover from the matriarchy, both on the social and mythological levels. When God Was a Woman, I recommend it. So then I decided I wanted to come to India, and especially Tamil Nadu. Do you know why? I had a fantasy, a vision, that I would come and team up with the feminine aspect. India is still, you know, you have worship of goddesses here, you have some matriarchy. Whatever the feminine aspect of culture is, India has a good deal of it still. So I felt I should come here as a scholar, as an artist. I'm also a writer. And I should team up with the feminine aspect, and together we will help transform the patriarchy and help the world consciousness achieve a better balance of the female and the male. So did you hear that? I said I was here to team up with the feminine aspect and help to transform the patriarchy. Well, yes, correct. So I'm married to a Tamil woman, and she laughs when I say such a thing, right? Because it's too grandiose. And what even is the feminine aspect? We don't know. These are all constructions. In a moment, I'll name some ideas about what is the feminine aspect. But to keep in mind here, our physical body is one thing. Our genital organs, our hormones, that's our biological situation. Gender is in the mind. Gender is our attitudes, our roles, our ideas about what it means to be a man or a woman. So there's the biological level, and then there's the intellectual level. The biological level, it's determined by birth, by genetics. But the gender, as I said, it's mostly constructed socially, but there may also be a genetic factor in our thinking. Even in the English language, it was mentioned in the description of the conference, we will look at gender in language. Did you ever realize that in English, a bully is the male and a cow is the female? A bully is violent, is aggressive. That's the male, according to English language. A cow, if I cower, if I'm cowed, it means I'm afraid I'm going to get hit. So it's built into English that the male gender is striking like a bull with a head with his horns, and the female is flinching. What can we do? Can we change the English language? I think we have to. Okay, another point from my wife. My wife is fond of saying, she's a psychologist, she likes to say, men are obsolete. We don't need men anymore. The things that men used to be good at are not in demand anymore. You don't need us to protect you from tigers. We are not needed to do heavy industrial work. 99% of work today does not require muscles. So what are we here for? We used to be the provider. Now women are in the workplace as much as we are. We used to be the breadwinner. We were here for protection and reproduction. Okay, still we can help with reproduction, but you know, women can go to a sperm bank and buy some sperm. They really don't need us. And also, people are getting married later and later. People are having fewer children. You know, men used to be important for reproduction and making a safe nest so the female could raise the young. But there are fewer and fewer children. Children used to be a source of wealth, you know? If you needed children to work on the land, now children put you into debt. Children are an expense because we have to school them, we have to, you know, educate them. And, you know, I hate to tell you college students, but fewer and fewer college students are able to find a job related to your college studies. Many college students are working at Subway, McDonald's, Starbucks, with a college education because it's very hard to get a job in your field. And now with artificial intelligence, worse. So I'm near the end here. What is femininity? As I say, it's a construct. People associate femininity with nurturing, networking, being gentle, empathetic, sensitive, supportive, cooperative. So that idea is there for some reason that the female aspect is about networking. But it's also famous, you know that word catty, C-A-T-T-Y, like a cat? That is applied to women, it's not applied to men. Why? We don't know. Okay, so that's the feminine aspect. The masculine aspect, the idea is there, just a random construction, that the masculinity is about aggression, maybe violence, individualism, dominance. See, the female is about partnership, the male is about dominance. According to who? I don't know. These ideas are just in the air. So the male aspect is about isolation, strength, and being tough. I can tell you from teaching, especially high school, I'm teaching in high school these days, the young women are much more emotionally intelligent than the young men. I don't know if it's biological or environmental, but the young men disrupt the class and make jokes. The young women are paying attention. And so I don't know if that's emotional intelligence, but it's maturity. Okay, finally, I want to ask you a question. Are you ready? Why do women wear makeup? Some men wear makeup too, you know, especially if they go on television. But 99% women are wearing makeup. Why? I suggest an experiment. 2 days a week, don't wear makeup. Monday and Tuesday, let them be no makeup day. Because women, you know, you should be taken seriously based on your mind, based on your accomplishment, not based on makeup. So think it over. If you want to be taken seriously as an achiever and as a thinker, reconsider this idea of makeup. Say what? There, yeah? Try just Mondays and Tuesdays, 2 days a week. Okay. Very good, very good. Okay, thank you very much.
Dr. Miller for that energetic keynote which bridges storytelling and the study of gender. May now request Dr. Jemima Anita Rani to hand over a bouquet as a token of her love and respect to Dr. Miller. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce Professor Dr. Joji John Panikkar, Professor and Head of the Department of English at CMS College, Kottayam, Kerala. One of the oldest colleges in the country, I suppose. Dr. Panikkar earned his PhD in English from Gandhigram Rural University, Tamil Nadu, with his groundbreaking thesis on the psychosexual dimension in select plays of Mahesh Dattani's A Queer Approach. His academic journey, spanning over 2 decades, reflects a deep engagement with gender, sexuality, and literature, explored through feminist and queer perspective. He has authored and edited books, published over 50 research papers, and completed a UGC-sponsored project on homosexuality in Indian English literature. Widely respected as a research supervisor, editor, and evaluator, Dr. Panikkar also serves as a Senate member of Mahatma Gandhi University and a joint secretary of the Guild of Indian English Writers, Editors, and Critics. Beyond research, he has played key leadership roles as director of the Internal Quality Assurance Cell and coordinator of national higher education programs. He has presented papers in international and national conferences and has been instrumental in training programs on communicative English and academic development. I request all of you to join me in extending a very warm welcome to Professor Dr. Joji John Panikkar, a distinguished scholar, critic, and an academic leader whose contributions continue to enrich the field of gender studies and English literature. Over to you, sir.
Distinguished guest, esteemed colleagues, researchers, my dear students, good morning and welcome to this significant international conference on gendering the world, interdisciplinary approaches to gender studies. It gives me immense pleasure to be a part of this erudite gathering. Today indeed marks a significant milestone in an academic collaboration between QUAID-E-MILLATH Government College for Women and the Guild of Indian English Writers, Editors, and Critics. The interdisciplinary nature of gender studies demands precisely this kind of institutional partnership. When academic institutions unite with literary organizations, we create robust platforms for scholarly exchange that transcend traditional disciplinary boundaries. This conference represents our collective commitment to examining how gender intersects with literature, culture, politics, economics, and every dimension of human experience. We are privileged to gather here with scholars from across the country and abroad too, whose contributions have shaped contemporary gender studies discourse. The theme that we have chosen for this particular conference, Gendering the World, it challenges us to move beyond compartmentalized thinking and embrace the complex, interconnected ways in which gender operates across cultures, institutions, and historical periods. I extend profound gratitude to several distinguished individuals whose presence elevates this gathering. Dr. Armstrong's words started off the debate and the discourse on this gender theme that we are planning to discuss in these 2 days. And Dr. Eric's keynote address has provided us with a meaningful foundation for our deliberations. And he has in fact challenged the ladies who are listening to this address too. The depth of analysis and the innovative perspectives shared have established a scholarly framework that will guide our discussions throughout these 2 days of our conference. Professor Jaideep Sarangi, President of the Guild of Indian English Writers, Editors, and Critics, brings erudite scholarships and literary wisdom to our assembly. So your leadership of GIEWEC has consistently promoted interdisciplinary approaches to literature and critical studies, making your presence particularly relevant to our conference objectives. Our appreciation, as GIEWEC Joint Secretary, our appreciation extends to Dr. Bala Agarwal, who is the organizing secretary, whose vision and tireless efforts have been instrumental in bringing this conference to fruition. Dr. Agarwal's initiative in conceptualizing this international gathering demonstrates the kind of academic leadership that advances gender studies as a field of inquiry. I should also appreciate the principal of QUAID-E-MILLATH Government College for the institutional support that has made this conference possible. The college's commitment to hosting this international conference reflects progressive academic vision and dedication to scholarly excellence. Similarly, the head of the Department of English, Dr. Suganya, and each and every one of the faculty members of the department has provided departmental leadership crucial to organizing this gathering, recognizing that literary studies and gender studies form an essential scholarly partnership. This conference occurs at a very significant moment when gender studies has evolved from a marginalized field to a central lens for examining human experience. The papers and the presentations we will encounter promise to demonstrate how interdisciplinary approaches illuminate aspects of gender that remain hidden within single discipline frameworks. We celebrate the remarkable progress achieved through the tireless efforts of countless individuals and organizations throughout the years. LGBTQ communities have gained unprecedented visibility and legal recognition in many parts of the world. Traditional gender roles continue to evolve, creating space for more authentic expressions of identity and capability. Remember that every great transformation in human history began with people like you gathered in rooms like this, committed to the radical idea that the world as it is need not be a world as it must remain. As we officially commence this international conference on gendering the world, we do so with gratitude for the path traveled, determination for the work ahead, and hope for the future we will create together. Thank you for your dedication to this vital gathering. Thank you for traveling here from various places to share your expertise and learn from others too. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to creating a world where every person, regardless of gender identity or expression, can thrive with dignity, equality, and full participation in society. Let our deliberations begin. All the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your warm words of appreciation. I request Dr. Kavita to present a bouquet to Dr. Joji John Panekar as a token of love and affection. Gratitude is the memory of the heart. To propose the vote of thanks, I invite Dr. Jemima Anita Rani, Associate Professor, English, QUAID-E-MILLATH Government College. Ma'am, please propose the vote of thanks.
Good morning to all on this wonderful day where we are gathered for the international conference. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks for this inaugural session. Let me first of all thank the Almighty for making this today's session a resounding success. I extend a deepest gratitude to our esteemed chief guest of the day, Dr. Eric Miller, founder and director, World Storytelling Institute, University of Pennsylvania. This success probably starts from Dr. Eric Miller's talk and how it extends on with the other esteemed guests who are gathered here for this today's inaugural. Your valuable insights have been incredibly informative, offering us new perspectives and ideas. A heartfelt thanks to our distinguished guest, Dr. Armstrong, Vice Chancellor, Professor and Head Department of English, University of Madras, for sharing his expertise and knowledge in gender studies. We are deeply grateful to Professor Dr. Jaydeep, Principal, New Alapun College, Kolkata, President GIEWEC, for delivering the presidential address. My thanks are due to Dr. Joji John, Professor, Gender, where he spoke on gender, culture, and politics, who's been heading the Department of English, CMS College, Kottayam, and also is the Joint Secretary for the GIEWEC. I thank our Principal, Dr. Rama, for her support, our special guest for this day, Raya, a Syrian research scholar from SRM IST. And we also thank incredibly a thankful toast to the esteemed speakers, delegates, and participants. Your energy and enthusiasm have truly enriched this session. Finally, I thank the organizing committee, our head of the department, Dr. Suganya ma'am, and our colleagues. A special thanks to Dr. Bala Avargal for this tremendous endeavor, without which the conference would not have come so far. We hope the insights shared today will inspire the participants and help them to carry a lot from this two-day conference. Thank you once and all.
Thank you, ma'am, for beautifully acknowledging everyone's contribution. We'll now have a break we will now break for tea. Kindly assemble back after 15 minutes for the online address by the international delegates. I thank all the participants, offline and online, for being a part of this session. Thank you very much. Please stand for national anthem. Janagana mana adinayaka jaya he Bharata Bhagya Vidata Punjab Sindh Gujarat Maratha Dravida Utkal Ganga Vindhya Himachal Yamuna Ganga Uchala Jala Sitaranga Tava Shubha Name Jahe We'll be back here in 15 minutes. Thank you.